All right. So our counterpart stated that there was no we stated that we did not state why we wanted Prop 209 as a federal policy. And so there's 3 points that I'd like to address that will explain why we want this to be a federal policy. And the first one is that Prop 209 will protect individuals' rights. In an article published in the Journal of Public Law at BYU, it stated that because Prop 209 prohibits any discrimination or preference based on race or sex, it addresses race and sex-related matters in a neutral fashion and does not burden individuals' rights to equal treatment. And the second point I'd like to bring up is that Prop 209 would increase retention rates in education. In the same journal, Proposition 209 recognizes the importance of allowing students to succeed on their own credentials. When students are competing with those who have equal qualifications, their grades improve and their attrition rates decrease. And the third point that our counterparts brought up is that businesses would be hurt by 209. And instead, actually, we have businesses will improve in quality of employees with the proposition of 209. And so I have a quote here that states that the evidence from public contracting, especially transportation construction, suggests that weaker, less competitive firms that were previously dependent on racial quotas or gender set asides predictably failed when such designations were no longer legally available. And this is when Prop 209 was implemented. And they said that those contractor and subcontractor businesses headed by women or ethnic minorities thrived and expanded, and did so because they were run by people who had the qualities necessary for success in the business world: patience, hard work, ingenuity, innovativeness, education, and the ability to delay gratification. That put them in a position to enjoy the financial rewards that came with those decidedly middle-class values. And also to state, as one of our counterparts brought up, that there would be no social improvement, that if Prop 209 was enacted and that we kept affirmative action. I have a quote here from Ward Connerly, who is he was the man behind the Anti-Affirmative Action Ballot Initiative and also the former member of the University of California Board of Regents. And he says that race and gender preferences are the wrong tools with which to promote diversity because they effectively erode academic standards. Excellence can be achieved by any group of people, so we will keep the standards where they ought to be, and we will expect people to meet those standards. And so I have an article here that it's titled "UC Proves Prop 209's Point" from the LA Times, is that they, as an advocates for affirmative action, seem to believe that the percentage of minority high school graduates in the state, without regard to SAT, GPA, or overall academic achievement, is what should determine the makeup of the admissions to the university. But the truth is that qualifications, not demographics, should determine admissions. Furthermore of the article, another quote from Ward Connerly, who was the author of 209, he stated that our argument then as now was the granting preferences on the basis of race and ethnicity was wrong, and that ultimately, in a bias-free environment, students would figure out what had to be done and would qualify for admission on their merits. And the article actually brought up some statistics from UCLA for their admissions of 2010. And so it stated that the number of minority admissions to the University of California for this fall, Latino students have gone from 15.4%, roughly 5,700 students of freshman undergraduate admissions in 1996, to 23%, 14,000 in 2010, 145% increase. Asian students have gone from 29.8% to 37.47%, and Native American admissions have declined slightly, but their absolute number increased from 360 to 531. African American students have gone from 4 to 4.2%, a modest gain in percentage, but nearly a 50% in the increase of freshmen admitted. Again, just to close, current affirmative action policies must be abandoned in favor of general discriminatory policies that allow for no preferential treatment in the public or private sector based on race. Thank you.